say so. Know this. Killing is my business, ladies, and business is good.
Hello everyone, it's KhalifPVP bringing you another Thief build video. This time around I went back to my roots and I'm doing another bleed build. And one of the primary reasons I did the bleed build is because there's been a lot of talks in the forums like, oh, that thieves are one-trick ponies, they just spam Heartseeker. I actually want to show my fellow thieves and the rest of Guild Wars 2 community that thieves are actually pretty damn strong with while with using other builds. And so again, this is the bleed build version 3. It's been updated from version 1 and 2. Both of those versions are in my channel. You can take a peek at those whenever time you get a chance. What's different in version 3? Version 3, similar to version 2, your primary weapon set is going to be the dagger. A couple skill changes and a huge variety of trait changes. So let's get started with what skills you have. So for our new thieves that are watching this video, your primary skill for your dagger and condition heavy build is your Death Blossom. Death Blossom, it does an evasive attack, so you actually miss. It's equivalent to a little bit less than a dodge roll, so the time frame for that. So you're actually gonna miss or dodge attacks while you cast Death Blossom. Death Blossom basically puts 3 stacks of bleeding that lasts. It says 11 seconds on here, but in game testing it is actually 12. There's actually one. It's a bug where it doesn't display not traits. It doesn't display stuff from your armor, but it comes up to 12 seconds, and it does about around 4,000 damage. This number actually gets updated a little bit, and so it does a massive ton of damage in 10 seconds. But the good thing is you can actually spam this a total of 4 times for a stack of 12 bleeds. So that's your primary attack from dagger. Onto your healing skill, you take withdraw. Again, you roll backwards and you evade attacks while you roll. So it's an awesome ability because not only do you get healing, it also cures any sort of DPS mitigating skills like crippled, immobilized, chill. So it allows you to stay on your target, as well as it evades attacks. And it has one of the shortest cooldowns of your healing skills for 15 seconds. So you can actually spam this pretty frequently. The next attack you have is Scorpion Wire. Now, there's a lot of people, don't like this skill. In my opinion, this is probably one of the best skills that thieves have. It has a 900 range. It has the same projectile speed as an arrow. And what it basically does is it pulls your target to you. So this is awesome if you're trying to, if somebody's running away and you want to pull them towards you, and it completely messes up their flow of battle, because they expect to be somewhere and all of a sudden they're next to you. And this comes in really handy when your opponents are up on a ledge or in a seemingly unattainable position, and you Scorpion Wire them and you pull them right to you, and boom, they're right next to you. The next skill we have is Caltrops. Caltrops is an awesome ability. It basically, you lay down this Caltrop field that lasts for 14 seconds, and it has a decent distance, and anytime that the player is in that field, they get a stack of bleeding. And so again, this is a condition heavy build, so you want to get that bleeding as much as you can. In addition to bleeding, you get cripple. So not only is your target getting a stack of bleeding each second that they're in the field, they're actually being crippled as well, so it's that much harder for them to get out of the field. The last skill, what's different from my bleed build version 1 and version 2, is I pick up Shadow Refuge. With couple playthroughs, I found that Shadow Refuge comes really handy in terms of getting a clutch revive off. What I usually end up doing is I save Shadow Refuge to, if I want to revive somebody in mid-combat, I lay down Shadow Refuge right on top of them, roll in there, and then then revive them. And it makes reviving that much easier because it puts up a healing field that heals them for a decent amount. The last elite skill that I want to talk about is Dagger Storm. Dagger Storm, basically you spin around, and you can actually move around while you cast it. And while you spin, you put Cripple and Bleeding. Again, primary premise of this build: bleeding, bleeding, bleeding. So you just basically spread around bleeding for 8 seconds. And another awesome thing about it is Dagger Storm, you're immune to any projectile attacks. So all projectile attacks, you will actually reflect right back to their source. So a lot of people say, hey, you know, why don't you pick Thieves Guild, because Thieves Guild is the best. For condition heavy build, it's actually Dagger Storm, because you can't do things like this. You can't do that with condition, not with, you know, Thieves Guild. So Dagger Storm is one of your awesome abilities that you have on your bar. So on to our equipment. For the equipment, we go with 5 out of 6 afflicted. The reason we went 5 out of 6 is the 6 out of 6 create a death knell when you go down. I try not to die a lot, so it's completely useless to me. So we go 5 out of 6 to pick up the 100 condition damage, and your last slot you can kind of replace with anything condition, any condition room. I pick Grenth. Again, you can pick anything you want. For your runes on your weapons, one of the runes I pick up is plus 10 power when you kill a foe. I don't know if it's bugged or if it's a feature or what's going on with it. From my playthrough experiences, that plus 10 actually also adds condition damage as well. So because of that, I picked that up. And then for my offhand, increase bleed duration by 10%. For the second weapon set, this is actually a free set. I personally, it really depends on your play style. For me, I'm more of a defensive playstyle, so I pick up the pistol so I can use cloak and dagger and use sneak attack to put my stacks of bleeding on. But if you find yourself to be more of a mobile player, more on the run kind of deal, you can pick up the short bow. The short bow right now offers a little bit more mobility. I know it wasn't the case in beta weekends and my bleed build version 1, which I advocated to use pistol because of shadow strike, but currently that got nerfed where you have to hit your target. So you can go with the short bow or the pistol. It really depends up to your playstyle. Either one works. For the rune on it, you can really pick anything. I personally picked the superior energy, so I get 50% of my endurance back. The reason I picked that is if I'm switching to this weapon set, it's usually because I'm in trouble or if I'm trying to chase down a target, and basically put like I want to get my endurance so that I can dodge or or get my speed boost from dodging. So because of that, I picked the endurance boost on weapon switching. Onto a trinket, we take Carrion. Nothing too different about it, just your basic Carrion amulet. So let's go on to the traits. The traits are a lot different from version 2. Instead of going deadly arts, we go 20 shadow arts, 20 acrobatics, 30 trickery. So let me go down the trickery line first. The trickery line is still the same. You want to go uncatchable to leave behind caltrops when you dodge. Basically, every time you dodge, you leave behind these caltrops that last 3 seconds, and basically does the same exact thing as your caltrop field, but it only lasts 3 seconds. For your second major slot, you pick up Trickster. Tricks recharge 20% faster. Both Scorpion Wire and Caltrops are tricks, so you want to get that cooldown lowered so you can cast it much faster. And your 30, I think this is like what every thief gets at 30 trickery, is you receive 4 initiative every time you cast a healing skill. So again, this is another reason why we pick Withdraw. For 15 seconds, you basically get 4 initiative back. For acrobatics, this is somewhat changed, somewhat new. We pick up Might when you dodge. So again, since you can dodge a lot, you want to get that Might stack. Might also adds condition damage, so again, primary thing is getting that condition damage high so we can make those bleed ticks faster. For the second one, we put vigor upon healing. So again, revolving around heal 15 seconds, you get vigor for 10 seconds. So pretty much you are guaranteed that, you know, vigor will last almost the duration of your healing cooldown. So because of that, you're really running around with pretty much 100% vigor in a nutshell. On to Shadow Arts. This is the big change from version 2 to version 3. You go 20 into Shadow Arts to pick up 2 initiative when you use a skill that stealths you, and as well as Hidden Thief, which stealing grants you 2 seconds of stealth. So right there you can kind of see where it's kind of synergizing, because when you steal you get stealth because of Hidden Thief, so you automatically get 2 initiative from it, and since you're in 5 points into trickery, you get 3 initiative. So right from stealing you get almost half your initiative bar. Actually, that's a lie. You get 130 initiative bar, and just enough to do another round of Death Blossom. So since they actually fixed the stealing mechanism to account for this 30% reduced cooldown, you can actually steal about every 36 seconds, which basically equates to you getting another round of Death Blossom in. So let me show you an exact combo of what happens when you put Death Blossom and Caltrops and all that, and you can see that the bleeding is really strong. It does a ton of damage when you do it right. So Caltrops, steal, you get another stack of bleeds, and boom, right there you get 18 stacks of bleeding, that much faster. And it really took about, you know, about 4 seconds tops. You can get 18 to 20 stacks of bleeding. It is a really strong build. It does, you know, it offers a lot of mobility, and it, you know, overall I really do enjoy this playstyle as opposed to any sort of spike build. Though I do play a spike build primarily in meta game right now because I wanted to change stuff up. But the bleed build is really strong, and at the end of the video I'll post up some links to some playthroughs of PvP, and you know, you guys can see how the bleed build actually works out in a competitive environment. So let me know what you guys think of the bleed build in the comments. If you like the video, like it, and subscribe for more thief guides. I'll be doing a lot of builds later on, you know, as I come up with this, as I test them to see if they're viable. I'll definitely be posting up videos, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. And this is KhalifPVP. Thanks for watching.
They took the henge. You lost the waterfall.